It's Terrific Tuesday, Terrific Tuesday, Terrific Tuesday. Am I like lagging? I'm straight up lagging. I'm lagging like a second. I'm second lagging. Hello, my goodness. Am I coming in? I think I am. Hold on. Let's check. I'm super laggy. Wait. I'm super laggy. What? This is wild. What? For whatever reason, I'm good. I go. I'm super laggy today. But you can hear me, so I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with that you can hear me, and that for whatever reason, I'm slagging on the lagging. That's funny. Let's see if I can fix that for whatever reason. No, I don't think I can fix it. So wild. I don't have access to that feature. I'm just super laggy. Hi, Jana. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I don't know why I'm laggy today, but I kind of like the lag. Whoa. It's like a old school 2000, whenever everyone had a dial-up and stuff. I'm a dial-up. I know I can I know that my audio is coming in. Oh my gosh. I'm lagging. I'm lagging. I'm lagging. I'm lagging. I'm lagging. Oh, that's cool. That's super cool. I don't know why I'm loving this lag, but I'm lagging. I know. That's what I'm saying. It's choppy view. This is the choppy view. I'm like the old 2000 dial-up. You had like fiber wire, and nobody really was enjoying the internet as much as they're enjoying now. That is wild. This is like, I don't know. I'm gonna just strive with it. Instead of trying to fix it, I'm just gonna strive with it, because I've had internet problems almost all day. And it's wild, because I find out that other people are also having internet problems. And so I think since you can hear my audio, I'm thinking, how can I make this still special? Okay. We're going to wing it with my choppiness. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Okay. Maybe. No. Bear with me. If you're watching, I know you can hear me. I know you can hear me. Give me 1 second. This is Jeremiah improvising choppy form. Because if it's going to be choppy, then we got to give you something pretty to look at. Something pretty. William, I'm choppy. This is wild. I don't know why I'm having so much fun with choppiness, but I am. Okay. See, it's a pretty view. I don't know, but we're going with it. The audio. Okay. All right. Here's something. There we go. There. We interrupt this program to bring you the 2000s with dial-up, LimeWire, Napster, and a lot of computer viruses and pop-ups. This is like 2000 pop-ups. Zoom, 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 zoom. Watch this. Watch. Hey guys, I'm drinking an branded beverage. It's not Gatorade. In choppy form. Oh man. Okay, enough. Okay, just hold on. I'm just. Whoa. Jeremiah is okay right now. He fell, but I know CPR pretty all right. I think I'm gonna resuscitate him. Wish me luck. Come here, Jeremiah. Staying alive. Staying alive. Hello. I have been resuscitated in choppy form. I thank you for your patience. Watch this. Watch. Is he froze? I'm so choppy, it's showing that I'm moving. I love choppy form. I was the one whenever they had cameras with those old webcams, those old, like they were ball webcams, not high definition. I was the one on YouTube back then that was making these choppy film kind of videos. Perhaps next week I will share them with you. I'm playing guitar and I'm singing, and you could always hear my audio. Just like this is I was not expecting this. I was not expecting this type of video quality, which is just making me so happy. Because you can't like emulate this. Well, you can emulate it, but it's not natural. Like, not that this is natural, like, but I didn't purposely do this. That's what I'm trying to say. And with that being said, sometimes in life you don't expect things to go certain ways. Oh, see what I just did there? I just did the whole terrific Tuesday rhetoric of being kind to yourself and like, okay, I'm going to read the comments real quick. Choppy view, but the sound is great. Right. Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Was a great friend of mine. Dude, why are you pixelating so much? I wouldn't necessarily call it choppy, but okay. Look, SP called it choppy, and we are coining that. That is choppy view. This is called choppy view. Terrific Tuesday. Okay. Thanks, SP. Good to see you. And good to see you, Jana. And good to see you, William. And I think that's everyone that's commented so far. 11 people and only 3 people have commented. Man, I'm going to keep on reading those comments. All right. So, good one, William. One Tree Hill. For a lot of us, especially that are in the millennial age, the sound of still gives us nightmares. I'm thankful for hearing your laugh and having so much fun. What could be frustrating? Yes. And we are going to go with that. You can easily get frustrated at this and at that. No matter what you're experiencing in life, you can get frustrated with. How you respond is based on your fixation on perception versus perspective. Now, your perspective is unique to you, to the beholder. The perception is what is being held by other people. How is the perception? How are people perceiving, right? So perception is how you view it. Perspective is viewing it from other people. I got that. Reverse. Sorry, the choppiness is still just making me smile. And it's easily forgotten. It is easily forgotten that perception and perspective being putting yourself in someone else's shoes, in any given situation, any situation you find yourself in, it is easy to have your perception of this happened to me. I'm being affected. But if you change the perspective, and I guess they really do go together, if you change their perspective of putting yourself in someone else's shoes, well, that would be too hard most of the time, because we don't want to put ourselves in someone else's shoes. We find ourselves, I'm going to step out of the camera and just kind of speak to the side, because I can 100% see the perspective of other people kind of getting nauseous with all of the constant movement of different pixelated screens. I like it myself. The picture behind me. It's funny. This picture has a funny history, and perhaps one day I will speak about that history. Not today, but ironically, this picture was actually given to me, and it was. There's a reason that I can't give too many details, because I don't have the permission of the person that gave it to me if I can give the full details of how it came to be. I'm making sure, 1 second, I'm going to make sure that my viewership dropped to 1. So I don't know if you guys are still there or if I've just perhaps lost you. And I hope not. If you're still there, say hello. Can you hear me? Oh, SB, you're still here. Okay, cool. You can hear me in the side. This picture used to be at Hillcrest, when I worked at Hillcrest. I actually just got a text from the person. I guess they are watching right now, which is really cool. They just texted, go ahead and tell the story. So I worked at Hillcrest, and this picture was on one of the floors, and I loved it. I think everybody that worked there at the time loved it. And the individual had a moment to where, hold on, my computer's. it is. Okay, well, my screen's froze, and it says I'm still rolling. So as a very fantastic soul that I am, I'm just going to roll with it. I'm going to pretend that you're still watching. So I'm going to go ahead and proceed like normal because I'm starting to get like that held upness with having technological difficulties. And I think this is a really good chance to walk through my process with my frustration, because whenever there's technological difficulties or issues, I do get frustrated. And how you handle your frustrations, whether it be technological difficulties or in relationships or in friendships or at work, how you manage your frustration in real time is absolutely everything. Because you can go to a professional and you can say, when I get frustrated, I don't handle myself very well. And they can give you coping mechanisms and they can give you tips and tricks and everything out of the bag. But if you don't utilize them in real life and notice the benefits that they have, then it's really all for nothing. So one of the tactics that I'm using right now is to realize that this is temporary. Everything is temporary, but the frustration of technological difficulties is temporary. I don't necessarily need to do Terrific Tuesday. Actually, in fact, there's some times that I'd rather not do Terrific Tuesday, and I'd like to stay home and curl up in bed and play one of the mobile apps that I like to play on my phone and snuggle under the blankets. Seriously, quite literally. It's called Kingdom Clash, and I like it. It's a tactical little mobile game, but anyways, not about that. I'd rather be doing that. Probably a lot more than I'd like to admit. But at some point, you have to find yourself to asking in long-term scenarios, is that what you want for your life? Do you want to be on your deathbed at the end of your life and say, well, I'm glad that I spent so much time on my phone? Or do you want to say, I really tried to do something with what I had? And that's where Terrific Tuesday does come in, because it's kind of a pivotal moment where you can try different things and you can expose yourself to not just really wonderful souls talking to you, friends and family, but I'm also talking about maybe strangers that perhaps find a stream and whatever it is that a Jeremiah does, they find interesting. And I like the community that we have been building. I also get a chance to talk about Red Nose Wellness, which is 100% one of my professionally favorite things that I've ever experienced. I love teaching anger management, I love teaching CPR, and I love teaching health and wellness. And I love my office, and I love being able to create a space to where people can come and we can talk about educationally ways and scientifically backed ways to how you can manage your anger and frustration. This being a key point. I need to practice what I preach, which this is me practicing what I preach. When you're frustrated, there is no use stomping your feet, throwing your hands up in the air and going, ah, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't do any good. And a lot of the times afterwards, you feel stupid. You feel stupid because you made such a big fuss, and it gets resolved in the end. It always does. And the people that were around to witness it, we have this fictitious thought in our head that they are now judging us. And it creates a form of resentment towards that person. If not spoken, if not outwardly, then very subtle. And the subtle resentment is what sucks. Subtle resentment is an absolute relationship killer in all regards, at work, romantically, friendships, with your kids, with your neighbors, that subtle resentment. I can handle a few things going wrong, and I can handle you acting out in a certain way. But if you do that too much, then you make me uncomfortable because you become unpredictable. And I'd say 100% of everybody, I know that's a strong generalization, but everybody likes a form of comfort. They like a form of comfort, and they like the form of things being somewhat in order. You ever have someone that says, oh, I love the chaos? There's still some order to their madness. Well, I know Jeremiah or Jana or William or SP or they like their unorganized mess. It's unorganized based on the perspective of you, but if you change the perspective of you and perception of you and you change it to them, there's method to their madness. And that goes far and on beyond of a whole topic that could be a whole 3 weeks of Terrific Tuesdays, I promise you. When things go wrong, take an inventory of yourself. What can you do right now? I can see on my screen that it still has the number changing. I'm still froze. Well, the screen's still froze and I can't see myself on screen. And it says that no one's watching, which, okay. If nobody is watching, then this is just a really good test run that I can review later, and I can look back and I can say, well, what did I do right? I'm imagining you're watching right now. Hopefully you are. And if you're not, okay. It's a good opportunity to check myself before I wreck myself. And that's really what Terrific Tuesday has been about from the very get-go. Is just one big review, one big rough draft, one big just blooper reel of what am I doing right, what am I doing wrong, am I articulating my words, am I formulating my sentences, is my technology working appropriately, do I have a good angle, am I coming in clear, can you hear me, hello? Did I talk about a subject that bothered people? Did I talk about a subject that really interested people? Did I do something such as the Grateful, Thankful, Happy Wall that made someone feel better than sometimes the shitty cards that were dealt? If that's not what you're striving for, is just trying to help someone else and make someone else's day just a little bit better, I'm here to tell you that you're really missing out. When you are able to make someone else's day, even if, going back to our old previous conversation, that doing something for someone else is the most selfish thing that you can do, well, call me selfish. I like making you smile. I like trying to make your day a little bit better. And whenever someone brings up a tough conversation such as politics or religion, I flourish in it, not because I want drama, but because I want to understand where maybe there's a miscommunication, or maybe there's a legitimate fear, maybe there's a dialogue that people really want to work out, but they don't really have a really great buddy system or friend that they can just, can I just sound wall you? I need you to be a soundboard. And I'm going to say all this stuff, but can you help me make sense of it? Talk minimal, maybe talk a lot. Just let's go with the flow. And am I crazy for thinking this? That's why Terrific Tuesday is Terrific Tuesday. There's so many different reasons why Terrific Tuesday, but that's what makes you wonderful. Every single person that watches this Terrific Tuesday, if you know me personally, we all, every single one of you, if we've ever met in person, have had some really wonderful, delightful, I would never trade it for a million, trillion ever in the universe. I'd never trade it for anything else because it was meaningful. Sometimes there's jokes. That's all of you. And every single person I've talked to is just an amazing soul. Terrific Tuesday is really like, yeah, obviously I'm your host, Jeremiah, but it's about you. It's my most selfish act, being able to encapsulate you enough to hang out in the chats, and I get to hang out with you when in other terms we wouldn't. But I also get to be a part of something wonderful, and that's your life. I think it's cool. I also get to kind of act like a goof and figure it out to, well, okay, maybe if I'm choppy, you can look at a pretty scenery. Oh, the picture does have a history. It used to be at Hillcrest, and I loved it, and everyone that worked there loved it. And they started doing renovations. And one of the people that were in charge of the renovations actually was in the parking lot. And they were loading up all the old pictures so they could redo the new ones. And I seen it in his trunk, and well, he's loading it up. And I was like, I've always loved that picture. It's going to be a shame that it's leaving. It's not going to be there anymore. And like you, we just had a good rapport, good relationship, and really great conversations. He's like, well, it makes you happy? I was like, it does. And he's like, you can have it. I don't know where it was going. I don't know if he was even supposed to do that. Sorry. But it does make me happy. I actually put it in my practice of anger management because there's something about it. There's something about, yes, One Tree Hill, but could you imagine being in a lawn chair right there and watching these magnificent clouds just whoosh, whoosh. Maybe like the wind is just, maybe you stayed there too long, and the clouds went away, the sun went down, and you could see the stars just brighten up the sky. And it's one of those summer nights that you can hear the wind blowing through the tree leaves. And you know that there's squirrels and maybe a bird or two and crickets and whatever else is chirping. And maybe there's a lake somewhere on the other side of the horizon. That's the best part. Maybe there's something just over the horizon. I'm honestly glad I'll never know, because I like to fantasize and daydream about it. I like to sit right here with a lawn chair just staring off into the sky. You ever go out into the country and you see the stars just encapsulate you to where it's I can't describe it. It's undescribable. There's a feeling of warmth, knowing there's a trillion different stars out in the universe, and you're here on a rock, temporarily just suspended through space. Because when I get there, I start thinking about you. I do. I'm on this rock with you, and you're on this rock with me. There's 7 billion, almost 7 billion, or 7 billion people on this world. So then I start thinking about the people that don't like me. Oh, I know I have enemies, and I know I have not made the friends with everybody. And I start thinking, well, there's 7 billion people. I don't have to be around you. Actually, in fact, I'm glad that I don't have to be around you. 7 billion people, and if I allow you into my mind, then I'm letting you live there rent-free. And you know what? My enemies, my people that don't particularly care for me, I hope they don't think about me, because that'd be weird. And I try my hardest not to think about them. See, this is where the frustration, the anger comes from. This comes from if you sit there for too long thinking there's judgment somewhere, then you start feeling like you're not good enough. Or you feel like you're lacking somewhere. I don't give a shit. I know my truth. I know my person, and I know my person loves me, and I know my small little persons love me. And hopefully, it's like, if we're friends, hopefully you love me, because I love you. If I didn't, then I tell you, I'd be like, please stop calling and don't ever come back. Now, if it's my family about a year ago, I didn't mean never come around. I'm a little wishy-washy. Maybe just text me first, Casey. Damn it. Jesus Christ. You say, don't ever talk to me. It's like, you ever bicker with kids? I used to bicker with my sister all the time. Leave me the hell alone. I hate you. I never want to see you again. You didn't really mean it. You just like, don't show up to my house randomly. It's like, sorry if you didn't know it. Your brother's paranoid. Oh, hell. See, this right here. This is a de-escalation tactic. Break it down. Maybe add a little bit of humor. Which is funny because that's the whole red nose wellness bit, isn't it? Sometimes you have to find a way to laugh. Just laugh. Laugh nonsensically. There's no sense to the madness. There's no reason Jeremiah should be from 8 to 9 o'clock on a Tuesday every week in a 300 square foot office. Talking to himself, probably. It's going to be funny if I'll read the comments later. And if you guys are watching, that's just going to make me giggle. Unless there's like hateful. If there's hateful people in the comments, tell them to be nice, because I can't see jack crap like at all. Yeah. Man, I wonder. So I know that before it started freezing, there was, who did we not have? I don't know if Creep Night popped up. I hope she's doing good. See, we have a whole crew. SP and Jana and William and Creep Night and Sweetheart and what's his name? Jackson. Is it Jackson? Jackson and Naderot. They've been popping up lately. Anyways, going back to it. See, I'm not frustrated. This is just one of those moments. And it's funny too, because I actually had this conversation. My brother called me. Zach. My brother called me before on my way here, and he asked what I was going to talk about tonight. And I was still going to do the whole polarity of anything that you do is inherently selfish. You know, that whole bit about if you open the door and you hold the door open for someone, you're being selfish for yourself. I was going to re-elaborate that. And I was also going to re-elaborate about how right now everyone's being played, which I'll probably get to that in just a second. But everything that we do is for ourselves. Now, I'm taking it a step farther. But everything that you do is for your gamble of survival, if you want to put it that way or not. There's people that would love to debate that, and they'll have their own opinion, and that's cool. And I would love to hear that opinion, not here, and probably never, because it doesn't interest me, which is funny. It doesn't interest me. And if someone debates it or if someone disagrees, well, it doesn't sit well or agree with them, which just brings my point all the way back home. When we talk about religion, or we talk about politics, or we talk about even office politics, then it's what can I get out of it? What is the best course of action for me? Now, that would be the most brutal, raw, truthful answer or statement. But we couldn't put ourselves in that light, could we? Because if we do, then, well, I'm being an opposing force. And I don't mention any of this for an opposing force, but I do mention this because there is a beauty there. I want to be good, and I want to be nice, and I want to do the right things because I want to feel better, but I also want this world to be more harmonious. That's not so bad. I want people to get along, and I want people to stop fighting so damn much. I want people to be kind to each other, because right now there's a lot of confusion, and that kind of sucks, because have you ever been confused? It's like drunken old 21-year-old me thinking that the solar lights in the backyard were lights for a plane, and running confused as hell, obviously intoxicated, running completely butt-ass naked in the backyard and then the neighbor's backyard, thinking that I was on an airstrip, and not realizing that, well, I had a whole house full of people, friends and whatnot, and I embarrassed myself. And everyone that was around me at the time was desperately trying to argue with me that I wasn't on an airfield, that I was intoxicated, and that the lights in my hands were not an airfield direction lights, but they were solar lights from my neighbor's yard. I was very, very confused. And obviously, later on, I felt shame and I felt embarrassment. there's a lot of people making some dumb decisions, and they're responding in dumb ways that might not put them in the best light. And that's where you have to extend forgiveness, and you have to extend a sort of compassion, though they would not extend compassion or forgiveness if the roles were reversed. It doesn't matter if the roles were reversed, and they wouldn't do the same for you. You are not them. You are you, and you are better than that. And if you find someone doing or saying or acting in a stupid, dumb way, extend some forgiveness and compassion, because we've all said and done stupid things, and we've all been in not the greatest light, and we've all had our fair share. All of us have had our fair share of making some really bad decisions. And the worst thing you can do when you're making bad decisions is have everyone around you just condemn you, because it doesn't make anyone want to do better next time. It makes people double down on their chips and go, you know what, you already hate me, or you know what, you already made fun of me, or you know what, we already disagree. So how about a little bit more? And then the perpetual circle of just hatred and bigotry and just pure humanistic neglect begins. Be kind to each other. Okay, well, he's not kind to me. Well, guess what? He doesn't know what you know. We've all been in not the greatest light. That's really kind of what stems down to it, because I realized that I never reiterated the conversation that I had previously on Terrific Tuesday about how we're all selfish. And I realized that I more or less just kind of left it at that. That we're all, yep, you're just all selfish. You do things just to make yourself feel better. Okay. Well, also, if I extend some forgiveness and I extend some compassion, perhaps you at some point when you're not around me will reflect and make better decisions for the next person that has to integrate their life with your ungodly soul and choices. That doesn't mean I have to stoop to your level. It's that old proverb, plant a seed of a tree to which shade you never plan to lay under. It's one of those conversations that it's funny, because we have these world leaders that, I mean, both sides, all sides. They can't just say, I'm sorry. I messed up. I'm sorry. I made a bad choice. Made a bad decision. Now, I know, I really hope that if this is live, nobody in the comments are going, Democrats and Republicans. And it's not that at all. If you believe that one side's better or worse than the other, then you've been played. Which goes back to my conversation about how we've all made some bad choices and we've all been played. All of us. Well, okay, then what do? Be kind to each other. Don't let other people's decisions dictate how you treat other people. If someone wants to go act a fool, that's their decision, not yours. Your decision is to be reactive to that situation or to reevaluate it and say, well, poor stupid person. I wish you well. Don't bring your bullshit this side. Nope. You stay over there. You stay over there. Not having it. Until you want to learn how to play nice with all the other kids, you stay over there. But I'm in my little land of peace, and I'm happy here. Because that's how you handle it. If someone says something that is very disingenuous to you and makes you feel bad, don't persist in it. Don't think that you're going to change them. Don't think that they're going to change. If they make you feel bad, leave. If they come around and say, well, Will or SP, why aren't you coming around anymore? You can tell them, you bothered me. You bothered me and you said something that really upset me. And, well, do you want to have a conversation about it? No, you're just saying, okay, no, you're not ready to play. Please leave until you're ready to play. I promise you, like that. I really want to do that whole Medea skit where it's like, oh, hey, honey, sometimes people are like seasons. They'll be like trees, leaves on a tree. Sometimes they'll be changing with the seasons. Sometimes you just got to let it go. Let it go. Just let the people go. Just let it go. Sometimes people are there for the whole season. Summer, winter, spring, and fall. Spring, summer, fall, and winter. Sometimes people are only around for seasons. Sometimes people are around for spring and it's summer, and you're like, I really wish that you'd be here. It's where we start missing people. But do you miss the person for all their good and bad, or do you miss the season they once were? Kind of like that food for thought. It still says that it's live. I am very curious if you guys can still that is, I don't know. I'm maybe you guys are watching. It's funny too, isn't it? You watch the world and the whole world can get very, very complicated. And if you don't watch it, you can get sucked into that complication. But for every complication, there's a reason. You know? There's a reason we act the way that we do. There's a reason that we respond the way that we do. And it's kind of like with the seasons. It's like there's reasons. There's reasons people come into your lives. There's reasons for that old Christmas. There's the reason for the season. Obviously, you know, but it still sticks. I promise you, it sticks, and I'm sticking to it. But there's reasons people come into your life, good and bad. There's reasons people leave for your life. But don't get sucked into the chaos. If you find yourself not feeling the best you, check yourself, reevaluate yourself. Find what works. And sometimes what used to work doesn't work anymore, and it's not going to work. It's like when we were kids and they had those square and triangle and circle blocks. And you took the square block and you try to put it in the round hole. It didn't fit. And you try to take the triangle and try to put the triangle in the square, and it fit. Okay, it worked. And then you're like, okay, well, the circle will work too. And then it doesn't. And then you persistently just beat that little kid's toy to death. And then your parents or your guardian or whoever's with you is like, sees you getting aggressive, and they look at the toy and they say, well, it's the toy's fault. It's like, did anyone take a moment to stop and to explain, hey, wait a minute, maybe you're coming at this a little bit wrong. Leave me alone, I've got it, says the kid. Of course they feel like they've got it. They don't want to feel stupid, even as kids. But if you trust someone enough, you can say, hey, would you like help? No? Then don't stop trying to help them. They don't want help. People tell you their intentions all the time. You see someone in a crisis, if you see someone angry, hey, what do you need from me? I need you to shut up and just shut up. And then you persist to talk, and then they say things that are mean, that hurt your feelings. And then it ruins something beautiful. They told you from the get-go, shut up, just stop. Not shut up, just stop it. And sometimes that's what causes people to leave. You said something hurtful. And it doesn't, you're not justified for it. I know you were angry, but you don't talk to someone like that. Sometimes they weren't taught how to articulate their words when they're frustrated, because whenever it came to them being a kid and they were trying to put their little blocks in the wrong shapes, then no one corrected them. Nobody gave them that opportunity, and then they're still stuck in that age frame. It's wild, isn't it? Having that conversation. It really creates empathy and sympathy for people. And then everyone has this damn version of what is the way, or how things should be. And I think that that's kind of a conversation in itself. If we're being honest, I think that everyone has their way, their approach to how they handle situations. Okay, now I'm like, I see the clock moving, but I'm pretty sure YouTube has just they didn't block it. They cut the stream. No, I probably had internet difficulties. But like a good showsman, you go on to the hour. Shit, I didn't even have. I never planned these. I think that's the best part. Okay, I talked about the tree, perspective, perception. It's funny too. It's like you're talking to yourself. What's new? Man, there has to be a better way that we can get along. If we should do a parade, a positivity parade. That'd probably cause annoyance. Picnic, positivity picnic. Oh my goodness. It has to work. Grateful, thankful, happy. Like, ooh, I could save it for next. No, oh no, it's good practice. Okay. Rewind and action. Oh no. Because we have to, like, if you could. Yeah, I think. Okay. Rewind. Anyone that is watching this, if you could do one positive thing to just someone, I should add statistics. Ooh, yes. Okay, so that call to arms thing of telling someone to do, but I don't like telling viewers to do something. Like, it's their own person. They're going to do whatever the hell they want to do anyways. But I think it's a good, perhaps, maybe add a suggestion. Suggestions are nice. Oh man, I probably look stupid if it's still going. No, okay, so, because we could. Theoretically, we could. Doing one nice thing, just one nice gesture to one person. And if everyone did that, then it'd multiply out of conundrum. How that'd be a cool sight, wouldn't it? Like, what really stops us from being kind to each other? Like, what happened to doing the right thing? Perhaps have we strayed a righteous path of we've forgotten what is the right thing? What the right thing is to me could not be the right thing to you. I'd say to hell with it. I'd say to hell with it, and I know my morals, and I know my moral compass. I know you don't kick a horse when it's down. I know you don't purposely make fun of someone. I had to learn that the hard way. I used to not be the nicest person. And to a lot of people from my past, I really If by chance anyone that's ever watched this and they're like, oh, he was a little tyrant, I'm sorry. I'm sincerely sorry. And if I'm currently a tyrant towards someone, then I'm not aware of it. I'm sorry as well. I'm constantly working on myself, so progress is progress is in progress. I think it's important to apologize or to ask for forgiveness often, because you're not perfect. No one's going to be perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. And I think that that's perfect. But now going back, we don't have to be ugly towards people. We don't have to spread hate. If someone's toxic towards you or they're ugly towards you, I'd implore you the most I absolutely possibly could, and I would urge you to find a way to forgive that person. They don't know what they're doing. They don't really. The greatest trick the devil ever played was he convinced the world he didn't exist. He said, wouldn't that be funny? So he threw in some money, some paranoia, and some confusion, and laughed himself all the way to the bank. And it's funny because we forget that. We do. Because it's me. You hurt me. I hurt a lot of people, but you're just now affected. So how are you going to respond? See, this is one of the hardest life lessons. People want to argue about politics. Okay, what'd you do? What are you going to do about it? I get it. There's serious things going on, and there's things that you're very, very passionate about, and I respect that. But what are you going to do about it? If someone tells you you must follow XYZ and you disagree because morally, are you going to say no? You cannot force me to do something that is against my moral judgment, my moral reasoning, what I know to be true. Because if not, then you really have no room to talk. But if you say, nope, I'm not moving another freaking inch, I'm not doing that thing that you request from me, I'm going to stand here. Oh, well, I'll kill you. So I would rather you kill me than have to deal with myself, knowing damn well that I turned a blind eye to my morals and my reasoning and my right path to be subdued to someone as yourself. And that's towards really the next person. That's really towards people that feel like they can just stomp all over you. That's wild, isn't it? It's funny because if you're emotionally charged politically, you'd say, well, that's Trump or that's Harris. And if you're religiously, you'd say, well, that's God or that's Jesus or Muhammad or it's you. Because you are your own worst enemy. Take that actually very sincerely. You are your own worst enemy. You can be your best friend or you can be your own worst enemy. And however you choose to interpret that is up to you. Are you actively trying to find ways to be your best friend? Because if you couldn't be your best friend, then who would want to be your best friend? Well, I'm a loner. So you're not your best friend. How could you become your best friend? We spend too much time trying to run from ourselves. We try to run from the things that we know we need to get done, but it's sometimes hard and you don't have that motivation. You don't have that backing. You don't have that sense of accountability. Because if no one's watching, well, I think that's why I continue to do this YouTube live, even though like my screen's froze and it's a 50-50 chance if anyone's watching this. There's a 50-50 chance. There's actually probably an 80% chance that no one's watching this. And that's okay. But honestly, it's a moment for me to be authentic to myself. If I had a chance to show the world how I have a reason of deduction within myself, this would be it. When I am caught with a situation, I very, very oftenly, well, of course I know this, and I'm telling myself this, but I very oftenly will break it down. What has worked and had really good results last time? And what isn't working? And that can be extended to anything and everything. Seriously, it's like a really cool magic trick within yourself. If you are in a relationship and you're not feeling good, but then you had a conversation with your person and it made you feel good, that worked. I'm going to do that next time. And well, it's 5 a.m. and you're 5. It's 3. It's like not 5 because 5 you get ready for work, but it's 3 a.m. and your person can't sleep. And you wake up for a split second and you get to choose. I'm going to go back to bed or I'm going to see if they're okay. Well, one time you go back to bed and well, you felt crappy afterwards and your relationship with your person didn't flourish. So the next time around, it's 3 o'clock again. You wake up and it's like, you know they're awake. And maybe that's the best time to have a conversation. You say, hey, are we okay? Okay, that works. That helped my relationship. It made me feel better. It made us feel better. Same thing with friends. SP, if you're watching, that humorous. I've been sending you links for a hot minute. I haven't heard anything from you. If you noticed, tonight, I didn't send you a link. I sent you a positive message. Because I was like, that's not because I wanted you to watch, but because I want to make sure you're okay. You good? I haven't heard from you. Like, do we need to send out a rescue mission? Where's SP? We demand freedom. I haven't heard from you. And then I was like, well, have I texted you anything that was significant? Or because that's my bad. I didn't reach out sincerely. And then I was about to send you a link and I was like, well, that's selfish, Jeremiah. Just keep on plaguing her with links. Well, how about you send hey, I hope you're doing good. And then magically you responded, and at first it seems like you're watching. Or Jana. Jana's another one sending you links. It's like, I didn't respond. I'm sorry for not responding. I really am. When it comes to messaging and social media, I just go. But Jana's another one, and I was like, well, I need to actually hey, here's a response to, because I do. And I think I did Malachi. I think on Malachi, I think I spelled his name wrong. And if so, I'm sorry. William. I can't tell you how many times I've just called William. Hey, how are you? Are you good? Are you okay? Not necessarily needing anything. Not because it's of any other reason, but I like our friendship. I think that you're a wonderful individual. And Crete Night did not forget about you. I hope everything's going well as well. Obviously, our communication is solely based on really the comment section. That and I have a website, jeremiahcallihan.com, that I've put under construction for a while. And I got your grateful, thankful, happy wall. And then now, since I have my site under construction, I can't go back to that message. So can you please, Crete Night, if you're still watching, can you please send me whatever you sent before of your grateful, thankful, happy wall? And then SP, if you're watching, holy moly, I'm going to fix this for next time. And I'll probably call you. Oh, God, it's probably choppy. I have a grateful, thankful, happy wall that I've created. If you, or when you get a moment, could you send me what whatever it is that you are grateful or thankful or whatever makes you happy. I am getting more and more convinced that no one's watching this and that I'm talking to myself. So I'm going to write a note to SP. Haha! Thankful. Wow. Sticky notes are the greatest thing ever. Best way to keep track. Obviously, you know that. Oh, it is 9:01. I have fulfilled my time. Good practice. Isn't it, Mr. Duncan? Yes, it is, Jeremiah. Okay. I hope that you had a great weekend. I hope that your Monday didn't suck. Now it's terrific Tuesday. All I'm gonna say is what? Oh God. That answers Will's question of why 9-year-olds and 13-year-olds and younger kids will watch Terrific Tuesday. I do shit like that. I think Terrific Tuesday is a show for all ages. All right, I'm done talking to myself. All right, you're wonderful. If you're still watching this, you're superly duperly awesome, amazing, fabulously, super great, phenomenally spectacular. Oh, I hit my knee. Oh. Okay, maybe that was good. That hurt. Okay. Maybe it's a good thing. Oh my God, that hurt. That would have been so embarrassing. Oh man, life is wonderful. My knee hurts. Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus Christ.